Oh man, what a game! Could you believe that? Oh, I think probably most of you guys know where I am right now. It says right above me, I'm at Gillette Stadium, home of your New England Patriots. I emphasize the your part because I'm no Patriots fan. Let's be clear about that. As you can clearly see, I'm a Miami Dolphins fan. And I got to tell you, for these days in recent history, it's been very tough being a Dolphins fan. My team has not been very good. But on this particular day, I was at this game. We played the Patriots. The Dolphins played the Patriots on the last game of the season, and they were huge underdogs. Nobody gave them a shot because they're terrible. And we were up against the Patriots, the powerful machine that is the New England Patriots. And we went out there as great underdogs, and we played our best, and we gave them a run for the money. And at the right near the very end of the game, Tom Brady threw an interception, a key play that gave us the ball back. And we had moments to go, and we ended up coming down, scoring the winning touchdown, and eventually went on to victory. It was a heroic game. And Tom Brady threw an interception. Now, I'm not going to sit here and try to tell you that Tom Brady's no good. He's awesome. He is, without question, the most accomplished quarterback in football history. There's no question about that. But on this moment in time, he threw a key interception to one of the Dolphins players that changed the course of the game and made the Dolphins go on to victory. The key word I want to focus on here is that word interception. If you think about what an interception is in football, it's when the pass is going in one direction and something comes across, usually a player, and intercepts the line of that pass. They intercept the line that pass is being thrown at. We've been talking about the y-intercept, looking at the point where our lines cross the y-axis. Your task today is going to be trying to look at a line, seeing a line that's already out there, and figure out what the equation is of that line. Now, we know that the equation of a line can be written in the form y equals mx plus b. M is our slope, and our slope can be found by looking at the change in y over the change in x. And our y-intercept, the b, is the point where our line crosses the y-axis. All we got to do is count and find out what number where it crosses the y-axis. Then, once you know your slope and your y-intercept, you can take those two pieces of information and plug them back into y equals mx plus b and solve and find out what your equation is going to look like. So, without any further ado, I want to cut away and show you some examples. Let's suppose we have this line that you're looking at. Now remember, every point on this line is a solution for some equation. We've got to figure out what the equation is that's represented in this line. Now again, remember, our equation follows a form y equals mx plus b. Remember, our x's and y's are all coming off of our coordinate plane here. The x's on the horizontal axis are x's, and our y's that when plugged in solve that equation. They're going to be on that line. The m is our slope and the b is our y-intercept. So let's try to figure out what they are. Well, we should remember how to find slope. Now, slope can be found by looking at the change in the y over the change in the x. So take any 2 points and just count change in y. Remember, y goes up and down. So if we change our y from one point to the next, we can go up 1, up 2. That's a positive 2. Over our change in x, right 1, which is a positive 1. So our slope is 2 over 1. Now we still need to find our y-intercept, where the line crosses the y-axis. Well, that's going to be right here at this point. At that point, 1, 2, 3, 4, our y-intercept is 4. Now also at that point, we know that we have an x-coordinate of 0. It lines up with 0 on the x-axis. So that's the ordered pair, 0, 4. But when writing the equation, what we need is this, and we need this. So we plug into y equals mx plus b. We get y equals m, which is our 2 over 1, which is just 2, times x. And our y-intercept is 4, So plus or positive 4. That's how that one works. Let's do another one. So let's suppose we have another series of points. We have a point here, point here, point here, another point here, and another point here. Now we're going to connect these points and make a line. Now I don't have a ruler, so bear with me here. Okay, that's coming out pretty good. Now right away we should look at this line and we should know that because it's going up and to the left that it has a negative slope. That's a little bit of a tip that we should know. And it's going to fall into that form, y equals mx plus b. M is our slope, b is our y-intercept. We got to find our slope. Pick any 2 points. Let's look at this point here and another point over here. Let's look at our slope. Up 1, up 2. Now up 2 is a positive 2. But now we have to move left 1, 2, 3 spaces. And when we move left on the x-axis, that's a negative 3. So our slope, m, change in y over change in x, is going to be 2 over negative 3. That's the same as just having a negative 2/3. Now we need to find our y-intercept. We need to find the point where our line crosses the y-axis. Well, look along the line, and you can see that it crosses the line right here. That's our y-intercept. You see it crosses the point at 0, 1. So our y-intercept is -1, or it would be the point 0, -1. That's a little tip right there, because our x-coordinate is always 0 when we're on the y-axis. Now it's time to write our line. Y equals, our slope we said was -2/3 x, but now because our y-intercept was a negative number, it becomes -1. The equation of our line written here is y equals -2/3 x minus 1. Now that was exciting. Okay, maybe not as exciting as a football game that goes down to the last second, but it's important stuff. So to review, y equals mx plus b. M is your slope, which is change in y over change in x, change in y over change in x. And b is your y-intercept, the point where the line crosses the y-axis. And remember, on the y-axis, our x-coordinates are always equal to 0. So that's all I got for you guys today. I'm going to go out and see if I can rustle up myself a soda and a hot dog. But in the meantime, watch the videos. We got a Khan Academy instructional video for you. Do some practice. Get your homework done. Hope you guys are always all doing well. And if you need anything, please reach out. I'm always willing to answer your emails. Maybe Zoom you in the meantime. Stay well. We'll be in touch.